Hello all, John Sullivan, WestchesterHomes.com. I'm here to show you real quick how to save a report and do a couple other things within the MLS. First of all, we're going to log into the MLS. Obviously, you need to log in to do this. You're either a realtor or you're an assistant for a realtor. And then we're going to put password in. The first thing you get here, this is just a screen to give you some information, broadcast notice what's going on. I'm just going to read that later. This is the screen that usually comes up. This is the main MLS, so this is where you're going to do your searches from and everything else. How to complete a real quick search, you would go to Searches. At any point in time, you can take a speed search and you can stick in an address right here, and it will pull up listings. Okay, so if you did this, one listing found, boom, all of a sudden, there it is. You can find something by the address, okay? You can also find it by what is known as the MLS number, and you could take that number and stick that number in here also, and you would find one listing which would bring up the exact same listing. But either way, you'll see this is a listing within the MLS that you can get from a couple different ways right here as a speed search or some other type of search. Now, if you're going to do a regular search, this is normally where we would come. So let's just go to home here real quick, back to our home page, and we're going to do a standard search. You could do a quick search, custom search, radius search is used quite a bit. Again, the listing number type of a search here, you can put in multiple listing numbers if you have it this way, and you could do a map search even if you wanted to. But again, we're going to do a standard search here real quick. And when I come here, I am going to look for a rental in this case, but it could be a number of different things. It could be a single family condominium. You should only check one of the property types. If you've selected one property type, you can click additional criteria to further refine your search, like underneath, property subtypes, opens up when I click rental. If you click single family, you don't get that, but if you click multiple here, you're going to get a mixed message. So you kind of want to just stick with one in that first box. There's your single family options, and you'll notice when you click the second, nothing shows up for them. They all disappear, right? So if you click one, you're going to get some other options to redefine. I'm going to do rental, apartment, multifamily, co-op, house. This guy doesn't really care what he's looking for, so we're going to do everything. And we're only looking active. Okay, so the statuses here are active. Conditional contract is for selling, but it basically means it's got a signed contract. Pending means you're about ready to get closed. Withdrawn, it's pulled from the MLS. It's no longer available, most likely. Sometimes you can call, but we don't even search for those usually. Expireds or listings that are no longer on the MLS. They just expired. Canceled. Somebody that canceled it, obviously. Sold. Self-explanatory. The house was sold and rented. The house was rented. Okay, so sometimes it's able to pull just by these, but we're looking for active stuff because we're looking for somebody that will help get them in, right? Again, I'm going to show you just how to do a quick search, and then I'll show you how to save the search also. Okay. County you don't really need, but it is Westchester. If it was in the Bronx, you could put Bronx or Putnam, but those are about the only areas. You can get these off of the map, the zone code map that's on the back of every lead sheet, and that is really, it's areas 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 that we deal in the most. 1 and 2 are in there also. Further north Westchester, 9 is Putnam County, 11 is Bronx, but you can get that all off of the map. Cities and towns, this is pretty high up usually. If you don't know whether it's a city or a town or what's going on, sometimes it could be a town or a post office. And what that means is maybe it's not a town, it's a village, and the villages are going to be under just post offices, things like that, right? So if you were to type in a town that's a village, it won't show up here. So in other words, I'm trying to type in Portchester, and you'll see Port Crane comes up, but there's no city or town of Portchester. But if you type it into the post office, which is where I put most of the cities and things that we're looking for, it will give you that village pops up. Okay, so this gentleman's only looking for Portchester. You could do it by zip code 10573, but we don't have a zone code map for all those. Some of them go over towns. It's just easier to use the post office, I think. Price point he is looking for is 1,500. So price is going to be a driving factor here to get you some good listings. School districts might come into play sometimes. School types, these are the in-betweens, not necessary most of the time. I could run this search at any time, by the way. I could just hit preview count here, and you'll see how many listings are in there. There's only one, right? Now we're going to look at, so there's only one, but I'm going to finish filling this out. 1 bedrooms, and the baths aren't really that important, although sometimes they will be for people looking to buy. Sometimes the year built, lot size. This stuff doesn't need to be filled out, but it can be filled out, and it will more redefine the search. So if this was a large number when you did the preview count, you would get, now there's no listings found with a 1 bedroom. Let me go back and make it a nothing. 0 preview count. It's a studio apartment, most likely that 1 listing. Okay, so at any rate, there's nothing that fits his what he's looking for. Days on market, DOM, and you can always put in additional criteria, which would be found over here, and this is useful for things like pets. So if you scroll assigned parking, you can scroll through this and find a lot of different things through here. You need to be careful because you'll be eliminating houses by doing this, but you need, if it's certain heights of heat, they want to make sure utilities are included, things that are included here. It looks in the listing itself. Sorry for going by so fast, but just trying to get to the bottom of this. Parking, again, right in here. There's all kinds of parkings. Here's the one you'll use the most. This is pets. And you'll see, don't check this box because that means you're going to require all of them. Then you could just check the ones you wanted, but I normally go through them all and I say call listing agent. Obviously we always want to include that one. We want to include no dogs, so you want to exclude anything that has no dogs because he's got a dog. All dogs, obviously, we're going to include. No restrictions, you'll include. None allowed, you want to exclude because they don't have pets at all. And restricted weight is the other one where it's call listing agent type of deal. So, and then you go ahead and scroll again, or preview count again, and you're going to see that dropped that 1 listing out because they don't accept pets. So it will eliminate properties, and quite a few of them, because not a lot of people want pets. But you'll see there's some short-term stuff, terms, utilities included down here, all kinds of things through this additional criteria. Okay, that's pretty much it, how to run a search. Now again, you would go to either preview count there when we're all done, and you would get the view results here, or you could just do search at that point in time and it would search and give you that 1 listing. Okay, so at any time you can preview it, but you can also just hit search and get there. This is the 1 listing that fits this gentleman. I would go ahead and click the box here. If I wanted to get them all, I would just click this box up here, and there's a couple things we can do from here. We're obviously going to want to email him the listings, so we're going to click this button email right here and submit, because you want it on a client detail 2 column. You want to leave it on that. It defaults to that. And so when this comes up, you're going to stick in your email address, and then I stick in the client's name in the subject. It won't let you email it with a blank subject line, but this way it'll allow you, when it gets in the email box, you know who you're going to send it to. This is just going to show up as a link. You're going to go ahead and hit send email. That's it. Email confirmation says it was sent. Go ahead and close that, and you're back to your regular listing where you had it. Now, in order to save a listing, because we want to make sure that if anything else comes up in the MLS, we rerun this thing later. We don't have to run it every time. We can just come over here to this box over here where it says options, open this box up, okay, and you'll see right here, save as a saved search, okay. So I'm going to show you a little way to cheat here. You can look at searches, saved searches, and you can get the way that I manage the searches, and you'll see that it is the client's last name. So in this case, I'm going to put his last name, Spatafor. Now obviously the longer the name is, the less characters you have left, so sometimes you have to fudge this. There's not a lot of space here. He's looking for a 1 bedroom, so 1 BD. Okay, and he's looking for it only in Portchester, which I'll abbreviate PC, Portchester. You'll see Sometimes it's a larger area, so like we said, it's area, it's many towns, and you can put it. You'll see numbers in here sometimes. The area number, area 4 and 5, 4/5, like the one on Alar right here. Okay, and then I try and stick in the price point, so at 1,500. Okay, now you'll notice it won't take that last number, so I make sure that I go ahead and come back one, and it'll take that number there. Okay, so it only takes so many characters, but you see Spatafor, 1 bedroom, PC, 1,500. Now, if I'm gonna eliminate something, it's gonna be the location, right? So I'm gonna put last name, size, and price. Location will be the last thing. Anyways, you go ahead and hit save here, and you'll notice it'll show up in this saved searches options, right? So if we go down, it's probably, I gotta refresh, sorry. Let me go back there, searches, saved searches, and we should see under S, Spatafor, 1 bedroom, PC, 1,500. Now you can come in here next time if you ever want to run this again for Ernie. You would come in here and just grab, say, oh, Ernie needs me to run this again. I was talking to him, I need to send him new listings. You go ahead and you click on this. It will run the search for you with one click. It'll show you there's only one available still here. Boom, you hit this, you email, and you send the listing over to Ernie, okay? So when you're looking there, it's a quick and easy way for you to go ahead and look at your saved searches and then go ahead and run a search real quick off of the client's name, right? And it makes it fast. You don't have to worry about it. You can put many of these in here. So save away. And when we get to a point where there's an issue with as many as we have saved, you let me know if there is that point, and we will eliminate some of the other ones. The older ones, obviously, or when somebody rents something, you can eliminate it. And you can also do that over in this box down here, save searches. You can run it right here from any one of these. You can manage them. You could also, the little pencil obviously means edit to revise the criteria. So that's another thing that happens quite a bit. If you're in the searches and you go to save searches and you say, hey, I want to run that search, but I want to fix it first, you can go ahead and run it and then revise the criteria in the run, or you can just hit this and revise it right here. It'll open up the search again. You can revise the criteria for that search, whatever they wanted to change. Maybe it's one of the areas, and then you resave the search, okay, so as the revised criteria. Leave the name the same in that case. You've already ran it. You're just going to come back to get it. If you can adjust the name, you can do that also, but that's not as of important. All right, thanks for watching, and if you got any questions, let me know. Thanks.